getting two brand new Disney cars diecast in the same two pack is almost unheard of. Like, it really doesn't happen very often. I'd say it's like a 0.5% chance that it's going to happen once every year. And that's actually being kind of generous because it almost never happens. But when it does, obviously, it is time for celebration. And I guess that time is now because staring in front of me, I have the brand new Ken Enginoki and Justin Roadritter 2 pack, two brand new cars from the Road Rumblers episode of Cars on the Road. So it is definitely celebration time today. Welcome on back to the Cars Garage, everyone. Getting two brand new cars in the same 2 pack, that is pretty unheard of. But getting two brand new cars in a 2 pack where one of them is actually an error is even like way more unheard of. Just look at this. This Ken Enginoki right here has not one but two spears on each of his back tires there. And I just was flabbergasted when I saw that. Didn't actually realize it right away. If you saw Checking the Pegs episode 3, then you saw me find this 2 pack for the first time at the Dougal Wally Mart, and I was very, very excited. But I didn't realize I got an error until, like, I think it was the day after, just a few days ago from now, when I'm making this video, that I realized I got an error. Of course, if you don't know, Ken is supposed to have a orange colored flag on his left tire there in the back, but mine for some reason has two spears. So very, very shocking. I found an error. I know one person in particular that's very, very jealous of me for finding this error, and that is Mr. Doggett. I'm just kidding. He's not jealous. But I do think he would probably offer a pretty penny if I was deciding to sell it, which I'm not. I want to keep it because I don't have many errors, and it's pretty exciting for me that I found one. But anyways, yeah, Ken Enginoki and Justin Roadritter. Here they are, two brand new cars from the Road Rumblers episode. We have one from the Electric Cars Squad. I don't even really know what their group is named, but obviously they are the opposing team against the Road Rumblers in the Road Rumblers episode of Cars on the Road. My favorite episode, too. I really did enjoy that episode. It was a lot of fun. We got to see two different car teams just hashing it out a little bit. You know, they made up in the end, which made it all better. And it was just cool to see Lightning McQueen and Mayer, of course, just turn into complete barbaric, like Mad Max style cars. I just thought it was a lot of fun. Really cool. Kind of reminiscent of like Cars 2 in a way, just because like the whole battle essence that was very, you know, prevalent in the episode. I really did like that a lot. But yeah, they have very, very cool artworks. You can find both of these guys in 2024 2 packs case W, I believe, or case U. I think it's case U. Yeah, sorry, but it's case U. Getting confused because, you know, U, W, pretty much the same letter. But yeah, they look very, very cool. Unfortunately, a lot of Ken's artwork is cut off. Some of his like trident looking thing right here in the front cut off by the peg hanger cutout. And then, of course, his flag and his spear is kind of cut off too at the top. But that's alright. He looks very cool, very angry. I love the artwork. And I like how the plastic has been raised up too. That's pretty cool. Doesn't happen very often, of course. But it needed to happen for these guys because, you know, I don't think it needed to happen for Justin. But Ken is obviously pretty tall. Despite him being a small car, he's very tall because he has two giant plastic pieces attached to him, which is really cool. There is Justin's artwork, though. He looks very nice and just like roughly put together. He actually has a repaint of broadside, so nothing too exciting, but still, I like him a lot. I think he's a really cool looking truck. We have the new for 2024 Snipe right there, which is very nice. I like when they include that, of course, because it lets you know that these cars are new, makes them more desirable. I believe there's two of this 2 pack in the case because I found two when I just went to Amherstburg Wally Mart today to find it. I was very shocked. I only bought one because I already had the other one. I'll just keep the error as my only one to keep in the package. Although I did hide the other one behind a Baby Yoda toy. So if one day I want to go back and pick it up, I probably will if it's still there. But anyways, on the back here, as seen in Cars on the Road, we have the K and May 2 pack. Very boring, and it's not selling well, just like I figured. We have the On the Road Ramon and Flo 2 pack, which is very cool. But again, not selling all that well, at least for me. I mean, I guess it always never hangs on the peg too long, so I can't say that, I guess. You know, it's a cool new Ramon. I like him a lot. And then we have Jeremy and Cheap Disc, two cars in the same episode. That's just a carryover from last year, but they changed the packaging, of course. Anyways, without any further ado, guys, this is on a pretty good card, but whatever. I'm going to have to bust it open today so that I can finally get Ken Enginoki and Justin Roadritter out of the package. I don't really know why I said finally, because these guys are like fresh out of the oven. They just came out. But whatever, let's bust them open. I don't think I've ever seen two cars that actually look more like their on-screen appearance than these two cars right here, Ken Enginoki and Justin Roadritter. Especially Ken though, because his expression is just spot on. Like that's exactly how he looks in the very short scene that he appears in. A very comedic type of scene. It was funny. It was a great scene. I'll show you right now where both of them appear at. The whole battle was going to take place between the road rumbers and the electric cars, but McQueen and Maynard stop it from happening, only for a short second though, because Justin Roadritter's little yellow missile somehow accidentally fires and directly hits Ken and Jinoki in the windshield, and that is what ignites the whole battle to happen. And once it happens, it is not the prettiest sight to see. But yeah, let's start off with Ken and Jinoki, my favorite car of the bunch, I think at least. I guess we'll find out later when I'm done reviewing them, but I think he's already my favorite just because of, well, a lot of things. All the separate plastic pieces that have been attached to him, the dirt detailing, and of course, my favorite thing is the expression. That expression is just absolutely perfect. They couldn't have done it better if they tried. He looks so confused, just like he does in the episode when that missile shoots on him. Like, I really don't think it hurt him, but still, it definitely kind of stunned him, and he was like, why did it have to hit me? And that's why the whole battle started. So it was kind of funny. It was a great scene. And they really detailed it very nicely. They actually colored the little like spikes around the yellow missile in gray, so that's cool. They didn't just do it all one color. Same with all these pieces. Like not one is just like one color, they all have multiple different paint colors on them. Even this one here, which is kind of like just a big old spear, not really very detailed, it's just gray, but they actually went to the extra mile and put some like extra gray paint, slightly darker gray paint. I guess that's not really paint, that's just the plastic color, just that base plasticky type of look. So they did paint some parts gray on it, which is cool. Same with this big old flag here, and then of course the flag itself is orange, and then it has some yellow and little gray parts on it too, which just give it a very old and rough look. Very, very nice. I do love everything about this car. I mean, every little piece on him is detailed so well. The cord on the trident thing here, this thing like electrifies in the episode. It's very, very cool. But yeah, they even painted the cord in black and then some extra gray paint there for the handle. And yeah, of course, the solar panel is probably the most detailed part on him that they have attached. Very, very cool. It almost actually has an appearance like it's been out in the sun for a while. It's not like perfect. It's not just like one shade of blue. It's like there's multiple shades of blue like running through it. It's very, very cool. Very well done. That's where Thailand succeeds. Here he is next to Miles Axelrod just for comparison's sake, because, he's really the only other car to have solar panels on him. So I thought I'd show him, and I have him on hand because I just reviewed him, this open hood version of him. So very fitting for the occasion. Thank you, Miles, for offering your time. But yeah, very cool. It even has like kind of a bit of a texture to it, which is nice. Very nice. I mean, everything on this car is really well done. He does have a lot of dirt detailing all around him, which I wasn't expecting, to be honest. But, well, I was going to say, yeah, it's supposed to be like that. I don't know, though, 100%, because it's not really like that on the artwork. I'll try to show you guys. Yeah, no, never mind. He does have some. Maybe not as much as the diecast, but yeah, he definitely has some. I don't see any in the front, really, like on the hood so much. But, yeah, they did what they could. They actually did extra, so that's good. I like that a lot. Only little zonk is like this gray paint up here, the two-toneness of him. It doesn't look very pure. I don't know if they meant for it to look like that, but there's little gray like pieces in it. I don't think it was supposed to be like that. I think it was just supposed to be one shade of gray. It's supposed to be more consistent than that, but it's a little bit on the grainy side. I don't know if it's just this paint coming through, like the off-white color, or if it's more dirt detailing. I don't think so, though, but maybe. That's why I don't really want to zonk it too much, but it looks great. The rims are pretty nice, too. They spin very nicely. Even though these things look like they're attached to the wheels, they're actually not, as you can see. They just give off that appearance, of course. The date stamp is T08A. First car, I think, that I'm reviewing to have the T in the date stamp, so that's kind of cool. That signifies he was actually made this year in 2024 on the 8th week, so late February, I guess, early March, March 1st. Pretty cool. Nice, like almost brownish base. I guess it's just gray, but it kind of looks a little bit brown. Very cool. Little plastic mirrors here, or rubber, I guess. Very circular door. I love this model of car, even though it's small and we've seen it a lot. I still like it a lot. I think it's a cool model, and this is definitely my favorite car to have this model for sure. Even though like Mateo, he's a main character in the show, I still like Ken Enginoki a lot more. I just think he is one of the coolest looking cars that I've ever seen, to be honest, in 2024 at least. But here he is next to Mateo, pretty much the same, just different color, and he has lots of little added pieces attached to him. I forgot to look at his license plate. What the heck? So many things on him to talk about that I forgot to look at his license plate. That's not like me. But there it is. Looks like there's some Japanese characters on top of the big digits, but the big digits read B11-20J. So probably somebody's initials. Not sure who, but probably somebody's. It's kind of weird that he has an exhaust back here. I didn't realize that. That is kind of strange. He probably shouldn't have that because, he is supposed to be an electric car. But maybe he wasn't always. Maybe he converted to an electric car. Maybe. Or maybe Mattel just forgot about that. I'm not sure. But he is named off of some guy named Kentaro Hinoki, who apparently is a Pixar finance team member. Probably worked on Cars in the Road. I just looked up some information on Can Online. That's all I could really find. Not really too much else. But yeah, I don't know. Courtney Break-In here from Cars 2 is a 2009 Microlux 4000. It says in her little like meet the cars book description, I think is where I got that from. But Ken, he kind of looks the same as her. Like they do look to be the same model. It just I think it's more like Mattel's problem that they made him smaller. Don't know if he should be that small. Maybe he should be bigger. Maybe he should be smaller. I'm not really sure. But I would say that he's probably supposed to be the same model. Also, kind of the same, similar model as like the Geisha girls from Cars 2. So here's Shigeko. For comparison's sake, they have pretty much the same color too, which is kind of cool. Didn't even realize that. But so many little like things attached to Shigeko too, just kind of hide the model, like the skirt underneath and the hat and the little Chinese fan. Lots of things. But yeah, Ken and Jinoki, very, very cool car. I love the expression, love all the added plastic pieces on him. He just looks phenomenal, honestly. One of the best cars that I've seen in a very, very long time. Anyways, next up here is Justin Roadritter, who is named off of Justin Ritter, the Cars on the Road visual effects artist and Cars 3 promotional animator. I have all this stuff written down, but it's like far away from me, so it's hard for me to see sometimes. But yeah, he does share the same model as Broadside. I'll compare the two later on. There's definitely a lot of similarities between the two. I feel like more than there should be. He has like some things on him that I feel like should be unique to Broadside, like these pieces of wood in the back. But I don't know. I guess it's not a huge deal. He has a lot of pieces of wood on him. Pieces of wood covering his door there, covering this door too. Yeah, he does, but they're broken for some reason. He has bars over his windows there, more pieces of wood over the back window. It's cool. Very cool, busted up looking truck. Of course, if you don't know who Broadside is, he is just one of the demo derby racers from Cars 3 from Thunder Hollow, but there's definitely a lot of similarities between the two. Obviously, the diecast casting is not the same, like the bumper's obviously curved and it's straighter on Broadside, and obviously the mouth is different, so it's a new casting for sure, and this one has a plastic eye plate. But the overall model is kind of supposed to be the same, so I'll compare him to him later on. I love how his headlights aren't there, they've been busted out, and he has chains running through the holes where the lights once were. Pretty funny. Even his hood is slightly kind of like coming off. It's not really attached anymore. That's pretty cool. You can see it lifting there. It's not really. It just gives that appearance because they put some black paint in there and they indented it a little. It looks good though. He has these little like spokes or exhaust pieces coming out here. I guess just cool. Oh, that makes sense actually. Yeah, to cool off the insides of his engine because yeah, look at that, because he put metal sheeting where his grill presumably once was. Well, that's kind of funny. But yeah, they detail him very well. He has a great looking matte finish, feels great, and it looks great. I feel like he's more gray than he should be. Probably should be more brown, to be honest. Just looking at the artwork for comparison's sake, you guys can kind of see it's upside down. But yeah, his grill or his grill, yeah, or the metal sheeting where the grill was, it's very gray. I like how they did that on the diecast, but then the door on the side, it should kind of be like that. It should just be gray and the rest should be brown. So it should stand out a bit more. It really doesn't. Everything's just kind of gray and just has like little brown specks, in it, which I think is supposed to be rust. So we can assume he was once, I guess, gray, but on the artwork he looks more brown. So I don't know. It does kind of suck that we can't see his teeth because his teeth are pretty cool in the artwork. All like the missing ones, it's pretty cool to see. Unfortunately, they didn't really put that on the diecast, but oh well. The expression is cool. Can't complain. It's not like they just reused Broadside's expression. That would have sucked, and they didn't do that, so that's good. The back truck bed section is plastic though, so that sucks. I almost didn't even realize that until now, but you can feel that it doesn't have that same matte finish that the front part does, so that sucks. But he's very busted up in the back. No taillights there, no license plate. The little like trunk opener thing there is kind of like breaking at the seams, probably gonna fall off soon. I love how he has the pieces of wood here over it. I guess so that nobody can put anything back there. I'm not really sure why you'd have that, just to cover it up, I guess, for some reason. And it really doesn't go in that deep, just like Broadsides. It's not really that deep. It appears like even less deep though, because it's all like the same color. Broadsides was black, whereas his body was blue. I think this one's the Chinese one, but this was plastic before too. So I don't have the Thailand version of Broadside, but I would probably assume that this part was probably plastic before too, so nothing new. The actual little like shooter part up here, the gun, is detailed pretty well though. They painted it like a lavender color for some reason. Gotta get the artwork out again because I don't think it's supposed to be that color. Looks like it was more brown or like red almost in the artwork. So that's kind of weird. Obviously, it doesn't have the actual missile like yellow thing in it, which makes sense because it's on Ken's windshield over there, wherever the heck Ken is. That's cool. I'm glad they didn't put it in. And then I don't know if I told you guys this in the intro of the video. I kind of forget now, but they are doing a version of Justin Roadritter this year as a single that has a different expression. First of all, and it also has the little missile actually in the gun on top, so that's cool. I like how it's not perfectly centered either. That's cool. It's like shooting off to the side. Very nice. Unfortunately, mine seems to have a little blemish there, little gray mark on the windshield, but I guess it's because it's plastic, the eyes. That's okay. At least the eyelids don't seem to look mix matched. The brown paint on them actually blends in with the rest of the brown paint pretty darn well. So I like that. Very cool. The rims are nicely detailed. Very, very cool. Some are more gray than others, some are more brown than others. Very nice. Really different color base. I've never seen a base that color before. Like a weird pinkish brown. Very strange. Almost like a salmon color. The date stamp is the same as Ken's T08A, made in Thailand. I love how he has the treads on the back tires. That's something we don't get too often. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, nothing really bad to say about old Justin Roadritter. I'll compare him to Broadside a little bit more now. Here they are, side by side. I definitely like Justin Roadritter's expression better. I forget exactly what the single version of him with the little bullet thing in there looks like, but I guess flip me over. I gotta flip him over. Very cool. Obviously, Justin Roadrunner doesn't have that, but he does have a lot of other things that Broadside has. Even the window bars there. Even Broadside had those, but they weren't black on him. He does have even the treads on the tires. So yeah, there's a lot of similarities between the two. But at least Broadside is kind of forlorn, so it's not like he's a very common car or anything like that. In fact, did they even do him from Thailand? Yeah, they definitely did in a two pack, I think, in 2020, but it became kind of rare. I know I never got it. I think it was only in a two pack then with APB, I believe. But yeah, not too much else to say about these guys. Honestly, probably going to be one of the best two packs of the year. I don't think there'll be many others that will top this one because they are both brand new cars of the year. They're technically not getting released as singles this year. I know Justin is, but that one's a variant, so technically it's a different car, so that's pretty cool. Where does Justin kind of like fit in with the rest of the Road Rumblers? I wouldn't say he's the best one. He's probably the worst one, to be honest, but that's not really a bad thing because we've only gotten five so far. two were variants of McQueen and Mater, so obviously they're going to be cool. And the other ones were just really cool in their own ways too. I would say that Jeremy and Chief Dis, of course, were better than him, but that's not a bad thing. They're more main characters. Obviously, Justin Roadritter doesn't speak or anything like that, so he really shouldn't be a very, you know, amazing car. I mean, he could be, but I don't know. He's pretty cool. Just one of the background road rumblers, so nothing to complain about. And then Ken Enginoki, even though he's just a repaint, I think he is one of the best repaints we've ever gotten. All these little separate pieces that have been attached to him, I mean, they're just so cool. They did a great job with both of them. And also, earlier I was kind of having a contemplation with myself. I was trying to think, were these guys in 2024 two pass case U or W? And turns out I was right all along. They were in case W. I almost forgot to mention that. I looked it up right when I finished opening these guys. But yeah, that is all I have to say for this review. Absolutely love both of these cars. Some of my favorite ones of this year. And hopefully there'll be many more great cars just like these guys in the future in 2024, of course. I'm sure there will be. Anyways, though, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you guys next time right here on the Cars Garage.